rubber versus metal. It's actually rubber versus the form of the spring. And if I take rubber and I shape it to a spring, I get hook slope. So the question there is material behavior versus the behavior of the form. And the form, and all your discussions from the material behavior to the chemical clock are really about the regime of formulae and nonlinear and linear formulae giving us greater control of the world. And I think you're absolutely right. But there's a whole other set of efficacies which are not, which I would like to call art, let's say, which are not disciplinable by formulae, that actually have much longer histories and successfully integrated nonlinear behavior through trial and error behavior, as you pointed out. And why isn't there a place for that in your discussion? Why is it you still are in the world of formulae?
Yeah, I limited my, because the 25-minute time limit forces you to choose.
That's your very question to answer.
Forces you to choose. So this is why I limited my responses to this particular case. You said art, right?
Just anything that's not disciplinable by a formula. Let's call it.
Okay, so I would say that it would be a relatively simple. You know, once you develop the idea, the Leibnizian, it's not even a new idea, right? It's Leibniz, it's Spinoza. They were already pushing that in the 17th century, that capacities to affect must be coupled to capacities to be affected, and that capacities to be affected are not, for that same reason, passive in any way. We can see it in the case of the plant with the hormone, right? It's an active form of responding, but then the trigger simply selects one state over another. So capacities to be affected are every bit as active, so to speak, as capacities to affect. Now let's confront the situation with a work of art. You have an artist who has the capacity to affect, say, a painter, has the capacity to affect a canvas in a certain way by depositing layers of pigments in certain particular techniques to create different types of effects. If it's a naturalist painter, it would be creating recreations of reality and creating chiaroscuros and a variety of other effects. If it's an abstract artist, it would be creating textures and a variety of other effects. But then you need an audience for that particular film with the capacity to be affected by it. Right? Not everybody has the capacity to be moved by that work of art.